Hello, everyone. This is MMA Interesting Prospects podcast. Today, our guest is Ashiek Ajim, who will fight on Victory Fighting League December 12th. Hello, Ashiek. How are you?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
I'm good. And in around 2 weeks, you will fight against Daniel Lacerda. And if you can tell me, how excited are you that you will share a cage with a UFC veteran?
I'm very excited. First off, just to have a fight, I'm excited about that because sometimes it's hard to find matchups. And then now that it's a good opponent too, I'm really excited for that because it puts me ahead, knowing that it's a good opponent, not just a regular guy. So it's nice.
And overall, I think that of course, maybe like his UFC record was not great, but in the end, he fought against really good fighters, and he even recently won a fight on karate combat against really good fighters. So I think that with a win, that this is important fight, and with a win, it can give you some really good opportunities in the future.
No, it would because I mean, even though he didn't win a lot of fights in UFC, he fought against some pretty good guys, and he had a really good showing too. Like he would be winning the fights and then eventually lose. And now, right now, I have some good momentum going behind me with some victories behind me, and then beating this guy keeps the momentum just going, and then from there we can start making some moves. So I'm excited to compete, to fight against this guy, and to get my W. So yeah, nice.
And on the paper, it really isn't looking like it will be like the decision fight because you have a lot of finishes. Like most, of course, are the knockouts, and he got. I think that he finished all of his wins. So probably it is a big chance that it will end in even the first round.
Yes, no, that's a good point. Looking at it on paper, because I personally have a lot of first round finishes. Fights finish quick with me, and then with him, it's been a lot of first round finishes. But I'm still prepared for this to go like three hard rounds. That's always the mindset going into it. But however the victory comes, whatever time it comes in, I'll take it regardless.
And with a win, do you think that there may be a chance for you to get maybe like your UFC short notice fight or like contender series fight next year?
Yeah, I do. I do think more likely that it would be a short notice fight because contender series wouldn't be until the next after summer of next year. So it would most likely be a short notice fight, and I'm always ready for that. I'm always ready to accept fights on whether it's a week's notice. I'm always putting my name in the bucket for to get fights. It's just a matter of people accepting fights against me. But yes, I'm always down for a short notice fight.
And you definitely have this kind of knocking people out styles. So I think also that really like all of defense appreciate it because you are not like holding in the clinch next to the cage or like do nothing on the ground. You definitely have this kind of knockout. So probably you don't need much to get this chance again.
Yeah, no, that's a really good point because I have a fan friendly style. People want to watch me fight. It's not even that I'm trying to go out there and get those quick finishes. It's just more so I'm able to pick up on the timing pretty quickly going to the fight, and this my style and the way I like to compete. I just like to keep the action going, so it just plays out the way it does. But I would say, yeah, I'm the type of fighter that the UFC does look at and like, yeah, we want this guy to compete for us. So it does help that my style is quite exciting.
And actually, you won four of your last five fights. So also against really good fighters. So I think that it is an important factor. But before this, you had like two fights losing streak. At that point, how did you deal with this kind of setbacks?
Yeah, that was difficult at the time because even before I started like competing as a pro, my mindset was like if I go on a losing streak, like maybe I'm done there because my goal is to be a champion, get to the top. So if I find that that's not a possibility, then I'm just done competing. But it took me it took me a second to realize I was training, I was watching my training partners get ready for their fights, and then it reminded me how much like I really love the sport. I love training, I love competing, and I wouldn't be doing it if it wasn't for the love of the sport. So after that 2 fight skid, and this also the way that I lost. It was also just getting caught. No mistakes on my part, like just not being on the level I should be at. It's just a matter of getting caught. And then one fight, it was like an accidental headbutt that kind of ended up losing me the fight. But once once I got over that, once I got comfortable training, once my mindset was set, or once my mind was in the right place, I was able to get back on the streak and then get right back into the swing of things. And now we're where I'm at right now. So it's looking good right now.
Yes, and I think that is actually a quite important thing how the fighter can deal with losses because sometimes they can like be overwhelmed, let's say, and this kind of 2 fights winning streak, losing streak can do into like 5 fights or 7 fights, and I think that if you can show what you actually showed that you definitely can be back winning against really good fighters, I think that it also like proved how good you are as the fighter.
Yeah, and that's the thing about MMA versus boxing. In boxing, they they really look for that undefeated record. It's important that you're undefeated in boxing, and once you lose, they kind of stop promoting you. For MMA, it's more so how did you do in your last fight? Because people are very short term, have short term memory in MMA, and they just want to know how you did in your last fight. As long as you won that last fight or last couple of fights, they're like, all right, this guy's on a roll. We want to see what he does next. So that's the positive there from the MMA standpoint.
And actually, on the same card, it will be a bantamweight title fight. It will be Kron Gracie.
Oh,
And do you think because of course like your goal is to get to the UFC, but if let's say there would be like need to take one more fight, would you be interested in taking the winner of of this fight?
so it's my teammate that's fighting Kron Gracie, Tom Pooch. So if he wins, I'm obviously not gonna fight him. But and the thing is, he's going to win. Like he's 100% prepared for that fight. He's gonna win that fight. So there is not gonna be a fight between us in the near future. But if after he beats Kron, if Kron wants to fight after that, and I need a fight in the interim before getting a call up to a bigger show, I'm definitely fine with fighting Kron Gracie.
So you will have this fight in the gym.
Yeah. Actually, yeah, me and Tom, we fight every Tuesday and Saturday is sparring day, and we go at it. Tom doesn't hold back, so I got to make sure I'm minding my P's and Q's when I'm going with him.
And if you can tell me more about your gym and when did you get there?
Yeah, for sure. I train at Long Island MMA, which is in Long Island, New York. Right now, we're located in West Babylon, Long Island. I live in Jamaica, Queens, so it is a little bit of a trip out to Long Island, but it is the best gym pretty much or one of the top gyms in America. One of the best in New York. And I've been training here for, let me see, it would be 11 years in March. So it's March of 2015 that I started training, and before I did start training, New York has like some decent gyms here. We got good Henzo Gracie from here, a few other gyms, and I remember before I started training, I definitely did my research into what the top gyms are, and Long Island MMA just stuck out among the other gyms. I ended up coming here, training here, liking it. It worked out very well, and I've been here ever since. So, and I was just gonna take it to the top. Me and the rest of the team, we're on our way up. So it's nice.
And do you have in your gym the like very good young prospects, but maybe like right now not super known? So maybe on the amateur level, maybe like early pro that you know that they can be successful in the future.
Yeah, we have a lot of good upcoming pro fighters, myself included. We have Tom Pooch, who's fighting on the same card as me against Kron Gracie. We have actually that same week and the week before, we have a few guys that are competing. So the day after, we have Chris Guarilia, who's a really good pro. He's fighting the next day for Dead Serious. The week before, we have John Hancock. He's fighting for Ring of Combat, and then we have a bunch of other names too. We have Adam Livingston, who just fought at the Contender Series. I'm blanking on the names right now, but we've got a lot of good guys. We have a few amateur fighters too who are fighting on the same BFL card. Stanley Sinatus and Batu, they're both on the card as well. So it'll be nice to compete alongside my teammates.
And of course, in your fights, it's obvious that you are looking for the knockout. But do you have maybe some technique in the stand-up department that you would like to use and win your fight with?
Um, you're asking if I had a choice to finish with a certain strike?
Yes, yes, that's right.
Yeah. Well, actually, yes. I'm looking to get a head kick KO at some point. That's been uh that's been something I've been looking for a little while. They've been telling me, yeah, head kick KO is coming, it's coming. But maybe this might be the fight that we get it. I don't know. I don't want to put it out there, and then Lacerda's like, listen to the interview. He's like, oh, he's gonna look for the head kick. I gotta make sure I don't let him know that. But if I can get that, that'd be nice because I got some good finishes with the hands. I'm trying to get the legs going too.
And in your like opinion, what is the best knockout in MMA ever? So maybe like your favorite one.
Oh, that's a good one. I would one the front runner here would probably be that Masvidal against Ben Askren, which is pretty sick. Just that quick 4 or 5 second flying knee right into it, and then another one I remember off the top of my head is Edson Barboza against Terry Edom when he hit that wheel kick. That was pretty sick. And there's definitely a few good knockouts out there, but those are two pretty good highlights.
Yes, yes, both are were kind of crazy. And Tetson was like 13 or 14 years ago, and everybody like still remember it.
Yes, yeah.
And of course, right now you are a really experienced fighter. You fought against good opposition. But let's say that you get to the UFC next year. Do you have maybe like one name in mind of the fighter from current roster that you would like to fight? And actually, there may be a possibility to fight in your first fight.
That's a good question. I haven't really thought about that recently, so there's no name that's really coming off the top of my mind. But but obviously it would be like if I were in the UFC, it would be an entry level fight. It wouldn't be I'm sure it wouldn't be a guy who has like a big name to him already. It would be guys who are coming up who are also coming up in the UFC who just started maybe their first or second fight in the UFC, probably coming off the contender or something like that. So there's no real name off the top of my head right now.
But actually, when the fighter is taking a short notice fight, there can be a chance to fight
Yeah.
even sometimes even the ranked fighter. So this game is actually kind of crazy.
Yes, yes. No, that's a good point. You're right. And that's why even when there are events coming up, like the UFC events over the weekend that come up, and then I know guys are at 135 or 145. We're always keeping an eye out to like, okay, maybe we might be having to step in short notice if this guy misses weight or something, or if this guy pulls out last minute. So yeah, there are opportunities like that. But again, I'm not really. There's no name on the top of my head that I can think of right now.
And in December there will be a rematch, Merab against Petrian. And in your opinion, what's gonna happen in this fight?
Yeah, that's a good fight. Peter Yan against Marab, right? That's what you said, right? Peter Yan against
Yes,
Marab.
yes.
Yeah. Because the first time Marab kind of just did his thing, just kept the cardio going, kept that pace going, took him down constantly. But I think Jan was saying there was a problem with his right hand. You notice too, he wasn't really throwing it as much in that fight. So if he's 100% healthy, and I'm a big fan of like Peter Yan's style. I like his style. What's funny is people actually say my style is a little bit similar to his. Even yeah, this is a funny side note. I was messing around with ChatGPT a little bit, and ChatGPT said I'm like a mix between Peter Yan and Rob Font, and I was like, oh, that makes sense because people kind of say that to me. So I was like, all right, that makes sense. But I the thing about Marab, man, I always pick against him, but not because I don't like him. It's just because I have trained with Marab in the past because he's a Long Island. Now he's in Vegas, but he was in Long Island before, and we trained together. And he's not the best guy in the gym, but when it comes to fight night and putting it all together, he's the best at that. Just constantly putting that pressure, that pace, mixing up the wrestling with the striking, the grappling, and the movement that he does, that constant level changing. He's really good at putting it together. Um, and you saw that in the first fight against Jan, he was able to kind of fluster him, and Jan just couldn't keep the pace with him. But being that I'm a bit of a fan of Peter Jan's style, and knowing that maybe he wasn't 100% in that first fight, I'm sort of giving him the edge in this fight, but I could really go either way. But it's an exciting matchup, though. I look forward to seeing it.
Yes, and actually, Merab had a great like this year because it will be his fourth,
Yes,
fourth.
he's setting a record with that fourth title defense.
Yes, yes. On this level, it's like kind of crazy because usually it's like two fights, sometimes even once a year, and four fights on the like championship level against like top contenders is unbelievable. Nobody is like doing something like this.
Right.
Uh, And
Just,
and oh,
just real quick, I want to say I like that you're rocking the bald head and the beard like me. It looks good. It looks good. I like it.
yes, yes, it's the best
And,
look.
and by the way, Marcin, where are you at right now? Like where do you?
Poland,
Oh, okay,
Warsaw.
okay, okay, nice. And as far as like, oh, I'm sorry if I'm like, it seems like I'm flipping the interview right now, but you follow the fights from Poland, like the fights that are happening. How?
Yes, yes, yes. You like UFC and the regional promotions. Yes.
Right, right. How did you happen to come across my fight against Lacerda?
To be honest, I catch it somehow on Topology. I'm not sure how I get actually to your fight, but I spent some time on Topology, and when I saw that you will fight, and of course I remember you from like contender series, from like regional scene. I thought that it will be like super big fight, which can like give you some additional momentum, let's say.
Okay, nice. I was just curious. That's all I asked.
And
Because just it's that like journalist perspective, like people. I feel like people don't respect the journalists enough, the guys who report about the sport when those are the guys who are publicizing what's happening. You got to appreciate those guys because they're putting you out there. Like, yeah, this guy's like, yeah, let me get an interview with you. Like, yeah, that's a way to promote myself instead of being like, no, I don't want to do that. So that's my appreciation. Thanks, I appreciate it.
Yes, yes, and actually this fight, like because he's a UFC vet, you are contender series vet, it actually could be a fight on the UFC fight card. So it's not like a regional scene like 2-0 against 3-0 guy.
Right? Yes. Yes. I agree.
And outside of fight game, when you have a little bit like more free time, do you have any like additional hobbies or passion like outside of world of MMA?
Um, Not really. I like to be kind of lazy outside of this. People don't believe when I tell them I'm a pretty lazy guy naturally, but outside of training, I don't like. I just scroll out, play a little bit of games. Recently I've been playing some Pokemon. Some people might not know I'm a Pokemon fan, but I still play the game. So right now I'm playing that when I have free time, or I'm just doing whatever else on the side. But outside of that, I'm either at the gym training or coaching. So, and if I'm not doing that, I'm at home just relaxing, not doing too much outside of this.
And do you think about becoming a like full-time coach after like in next few years after you will retire?
Yes, yes, I do. Like I really enjoy coaching, like helping people out, teaching them, guiding them through it. Even the younger guys coming up, letting them know how uh how the inside of the sport works, like working way up the ranks in a way. And I do enjoy the coaching aspect of it. So that's 100% my plan after I'm done fighting.
Okay, so many thanks for the time and for conversation. I hope, of course, that you will win your next fight, and next year we can see you in the UFC against like maybe some another very very good striker.
Can you ask that one more time? Sorry.
Yes, good luck in your fight, and I hope that after this win you will fight in a UFC against like maybe another good
Oh,
striker.
oh yes. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I hope so too. It'll be a nice, exciting fight against whoever I go against. But yeah, I look forward to that.